We are closing in on the NFL draft. In just a few weeks, we'll see who the Cowboys plan on building their franchise with. Could the Cowboys trade up and potentially take a future all-pro wide receiver in round 1? Could they see one of the top tackles in this class fall to them at number 24? Or could the Cowboys potentially trade back, pick up assets in the 3rd and 4th round, and then make their selection? Well, mock drafts all across the NFL mediaverse have a number of things taking place in Cowboys land. So let's break down and react to some of the most probable and intriguing mock drafts from the past few weeks, and some that are just downright fantasy. Let's get into the video. First up, we have a mock draft from NFL.com, Mr. Eric Edholm. Anyway, in his mock draft, he has the Cowboys actually trading up. And with the 19th pick, Cowboys select LSU wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. Now, if you remember, me and Foots did a mock draft, and Brian Thomas Jr. actually fell to us at number 24. Brian Thomas Jr. is my 4th wide receiver. He's behind Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Rome Odunze. I have a late 1st round grade on him, so there is a possibility that he does fall to the Cowboys at number 24. Now, there probably are going to be some teams that see the value in a 6'2", 6'3" guy that runs a 4'3", 40-yard dash that is a downfield vertical threat. So there's also a possibility that he doesn't make it to you at 24. As for the Cowboys trading up and taking him, it's nonsense. Some players still on the board when the Cowboys picked him at 19. Jackson Powers Johnson, the center from Oregon, Latu, the edge rusher from UCLA, Graham Barton, who just had a 9.99 relative athletic score at his pro day. Amarius Mims, another incredibly athletic offensive lineman that I would love to throw at left tackle and keep Tyler Smith at guard. To me, this Brian Thomas Jr. trade-up situation makes 0 sense. We've talked about it on the channel a ton. The Cowboys are absolutely, positively not trading up in this draft. I would put my house on it that they do not move up from 24. I mean, they don't even make a call, think about it, entertain any situation where they have to give up more draft picks. Last year, they gave away this year's draft capital for Trey Lance, Stephon Gilmore, and Brandon Cooks. And for a team that absolutely loves their picks and needs as many dart throws as they possibly can because of what they've done to the roster, it's not going to happen. As for the Brian Thomas Jr. selection, if it's at number 24, let's ride. But there's no way that I'm moving up to go get a wide receiver. You're not in dire need at the position right now. You still have another year of Brandon Cooks. You still have Jalen Tolbert that showed a little bit last year. Kevontae Turpin. You're just not in a situation where you need to move up 5 spots to take a wide receiver. So let's move on to another one where the Cowboys actually stay put. Now, I've actually thought about this. Hasn't crossed my mind to really make a video on it because it's pretty far-fetched. I'm not going to put the idea out there, spend a bunch of time making a video, and it sounds ridiculous. But Pro Football Network did it in their mock draft. They have the Cowboys sitting at pick number 24 and selecting Michael Penix Jr., the quarterback from Washington, easily being the biggest shock of the entire draft and essentially ending the Cowboys' career of Dak Prescott post-2024. Michael Penix Jr. from Washington, a gunslinger, downfield thrower that I think is one of the most underrated players in this entire process. Does he have his deficiencies at times? Yes, just like every other quarterback in this entire draft. But to me, Michael Penix is probably the best natural thrower of the football. And shockingly, I think there's a real chance that he's still sitting there at 24. Unless we see a quarterback-hungry team, which is completely possible in the middle of round 1, pull the trigger, jump up there, or just make the pick, Michael Penix Jr. could definitely be available for the Cowboys if that's the route that they want to go. But like I said, I haven't really made a video on it or a full-fledged video because it seems kinda out of the realm of possibilities. I am interested to know what the Cowboys have on him grade-wise because, like Brian Broaddus talks about all the time, you don't window dress your board. Is Michael Penix a top 10 player on their board? I don't know. Is it something that they would consider Because you take Michael Penix, he sits behind Dak for a year, Dak's contract runs out, you have a quarterback on a rookie contract, and you have Dak's $40 million in dead money sitting there. So you don't have a ton of money tied up in the quarterback position. And then in 2026, boom, and maybe Penix is damn good. Let me know what you guys think about that down below. Michael Penix Jr. to the Cowboys, it's a very interesting exercise and a very interesting thought in this draft. Now let's head on to Nick Wright's mock draft, and like many others, he had the Cowboys selecting Graham Barton, a guy that we've talked about a ton on the channel. Now, some people still available when the Cowboys made their selection: offensive tackle J.C. Latham from Alabama, cornerback Terrion Arnold, also from Alabama, Amarius Mims from Georgia, and Michael Penix Jr. from Washington. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I'll take Graham Barton. The only thing is, would I take him over Amarius Mims? Now, Mims doesn't have a ton of experience, doesn't have a ton of snaps under his belt, but he gives you the opportunity to play at left tackle, have an absolute athletic freak over there with Tyler Smith at left guard, and then a kind of competition at center if you don't pick up someone later in the draft. So in Nick Wright's instance, he had the Cowboys taking Barton. I might have taken Mims. Now, Barton would certainly be an upgrade at the center position, but it kind of worries me, like, what are you doing at left tackle? So I would take the combination of Mims at left tackle and Tyler Smith at left guard over Graham Barton at center and Tyler Smith at left tackle. Comment down below what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.